Liz, I'm not hearing you at all. I'm not hearing you at all as you're going on these ramblings. Did you switch the mic back to...
How's this?
There we go. Now I can hear you.
For some reason, it was connected to the internal microphone, which is funny because I connected it. The option of my headphone microphones was actually not there until I just did this now. So, sorry, I completely did not even have the sign up. There we go. Just scooch her over there. Laptop this way. There we go. Hello, and welcome to the Pinfall podcast. I am your host, Liz, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mark.
Woo!
Well, it's Wednesday. NXT day. God damn, did they have some fucking promos tonight, though?
Yeah.
None of the matches I was too crazy about. I think there was like one that I really liked, and I think that was about it. And I didn't even want to like it, so nothing really stood out. But we'll get into it. What are your feelings on it, Marcus? Does this make you excited for Takeover?
In some ways, yeah. Everything we already knew about before today makes me excited for Takeover. Everything we just learned today makes me less excited. Like Kushida versus Velveteen, or Swerve versus Santos. I think there was another one announced. But I can't remember. But like, I'm excited for Johnny versus Damian, Candice versus Io, Finn versus Kyle. I think that's it.
I'm kind of excited for the Kushida fight, just because I feel like this is Kushida's push to the top, and I think that this is their response to people wanting them to get rid of Velveteen.
Is it though? If he wins,
then it's not. But that's one of those things where it's like we can't know that until we know that.
yeah.
And in the meantime, my fingers are crossed.
I can almost guarantee Triple H is just hoping that everyone forgets.
How can we when they now also have fucking Austin Theory on there too? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, very slow news day. I don't have that much good stuff to talk about.
I feel like, from what I saw, it's all just like people saying stuff about other people.
When I was looking, normally when I look for news articles, I find stuff within like the first 30 minutes of me searching.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take that long. And the 30 minutes is mostly because I'm searching, I'm reading, I'm searching, I'm reading. It got to the point now where I haven't even been on Cultaholic in a while. I've really only been going to Wrestle Talk for my news because more or less they repeat. And also it's like I got everything I needed there.
Mm-hmm.
But today, like when I was searching, it was mostly like, oh, Triple H comments on the draft and NXT's involvement. And it was just Triple H saying like, I don't know if we'll be a part of it or not. Obviously, It's coming up. I'm aware of that. And then there was there was something else where it was like, oh, another like 4 different articles I saw on Wrestle Talk alone about Miro saying that WWE management hated him, which I thought we got over, or not got over, but like got into the open.
Mm-hmm.
However many days ago now. It's frustrating But I guess in a weird way, maybe it's for the best that there isn't that much news. Sorry, I don't mean to be out of focus like this.
Yeah.
Forgot to do part of my makeup. Can't be out here looking like a fool.
I love being prepared for the podcast.
Today was messy, okay? Mark and I had to find a whole new way to stream wrestling.
Yeah,
and it was a very stressful 45 minutes I spent on the phone talking to someone about it.
Fubo now only allows one TV device per account. Even though we're only using one, we're still being kicked off of it because it thinks there's a second somewhere in the apartment. Thinks there's a second one.
It's probably the cat.
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's get into the news.
Don't get Fubo.
As much as I know you hate this. Also, sad news to start off. The sad news is that I'm a human, and sometimes I fuck up. Which is why the promo show has been pushed to Friday, because I have been under a lot of stress.
Do you want to make it the first of every month now to kind of just keep it consistent after this?
Yeah. Sure. We only did one, so. But yeah, it's funny because it was something I was thinking about constantly. And then today and yesterday, didn't think about it once.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's get into the news, if you will. So first things first, Edge does not know how long he'll be out. So all of these things were even like, it's going to be Randy versus Edge at WrestleMania. Edge said himself, he's like, I don't know.
He's probably...
I'm old.
I mean, even if asked, he probably wouldn't be allowed to say. Because I'm sure they're going to surprise everyone.
More so, this article was not actually about WrestleMania. It was more so him saying, like, people saying, like, hey, how's your injury? And Edge saying, I mean, like, clearly alive. But I'm also 35, and, you know, when your tricep is torn clean off the bone, like well-cooked ribs, heal quite as fast as it did when you were 25. He said that he's still working to get better, and he's still working to, at some point, be in a position where he can wrestle again, but it is unknown at this time. In addition to that, I'm saving one of these pieces for last because there's something else that I think I'd like to hear your comments on. My God, I don't have my notifications off. So, as we all kind of assumed, Bayley and Sasha are definitely main eventing Hell in a Cell. Almost definitely. Definitely, I guess, is far too big of a term, but almost definitely main eventing Hell in a Cell, which that's the case. Not shocked.
Yeah, I mean, it was either that or Roman and whoever. But that makes me think maybe we're not getting Roman at Hell in a Cell.
I don't know. That seems like a big Roman thing, though.
Yeah, but Roman is their main event boy. You know, the Universal title is like what they put constantly in their main event slot. I mean, maybe they're gonna do another back-to-back pay-per-views like they did with SummerSlam and Payback.
I don't know the trend with Hell in a Cell or like anything that would come after that outside of Survivor Series, so I'm not sure. I know that right now the schedule is obviously Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series. Yeah, Hell in a Cell, October, Survivor, TLC, yeah. Because TLC is Christmas. So you can prepare for seeing your family. Learn some techniques. They're like, here's what's going to be around the table at Christmas dinner.
I really hope they do like a Christmas dinner fight where it's just a Christmas dinner set up on the table.
There is no reason for them to not do that with TakeOver. Because I think TakeOver's supposed to be... TakeOver's happening, I think, in the beginning of December, and TLC's happening at the end, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's vice versa.
Let me get back to you on that.
But I can just imagine a dinner at the Garganos. That's why I'm bringing that up.
Yeah. So TLC is December 23rd.
Okay, so TakeOver is the beginning.
Yeah.
All right. Fingers crossed. Still December.
Yeah.
Plus, if you do early December, you can incorporate Hanukkah. You can incorporate every holiday. Then it's just holiday dinner. And it'll make Trump so fucking mad.
As if Vince would do anything to make Trump mad.
True. All right, so my rare piece of AEW news that does not actually have anything bad to say about AEW, Matt Cardona's deal with AEW is now expired. Or I guess he's Zack Ryder over there, but WWE Matt Cardona. His deal with AEW is expired, and it's like, I feel like I've seen 3 identical headlines over the last 6 months where it's like Matt Cardona's like, my deal's expired, I'm coming back. My deal's expired, I'm coming back. And now it's like, what are you doing? It wouldn't be stupid for WWE to bring him over, I don't think. I mean, he's got a good face.
I mean,
he's been there before. He knows the people.
It would be the first time that they really poach somebody like that, I think.
Is it poaching or is it just a return?
I think at this point it's poaching.
He hasn't been gone from WWE that long.
Really?
I don't think so.
I mean, at most it would be a year. Because AEW's only been around a year.
Let's see. Matt Cardona. Has AEW really only been around for a year?
Yeah.
First thing I see is Bleacher Report. John Cena talks WWE future. Roman Reigns, Mount Rushmore. Matt Cardona talks AEW. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to get too involved in this until who knows. Speaking of John Cena, though, talking about his WWE future, he has said, in spite of the fact that he's doing fuck all for WWE right now, besides narrating shit, he said that his days at WWE are not over.
Mm-hmm.
Which means for every pay-per-view now, we can still keep saying, maybe John Cena's coming back.
Didn't he say, he still has, a lot of very young fans at WWE? A lot of children fans?
Yeah, and I mean, that makes sense, because that meme, the John Cena meme was, a thing 4 years ago, which isn't that long when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
For someone who's still in the spotlight. So, I don't think that there's going to be a point in time anytime soon where they would bring John Cena back and people would be like, "Ooh, I don't recall." And then this is what I want to talk to you about. This particular article doesn't have much to do with anything. I don't understand why. Paige has tweeted about how she really wants to join the long-running British soap opera Coronation Street.
Okay.
I guess that's something that she's interested in. And I'm pretty sure it's been around since the beginning of television. So,
mm-hmm.
But I believe that this might be a good segue for you to talk about something. Perhaps a current belief that you have pertaining to NXT.
Well, we'll talk about that once we get to that vignette.
I didn't realize we were treating this as a promo, so I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I got ahead of myself. All right. Sorry, my lungs have just started not working just randomly the moment I sat down for this shit. But that said, you want to bop over into the matches? You want to bop in? You want to bop it?
Hell yeah.
Twist it?
Pull it?
Pull it? Mm.
Jerk it?
Nah, I don't think he said that.
Flick it.
I think that is a thing.
That is one.
I hate that. I remember bop-its.
I
You
had
know, they
one.
don't make shit like that anymore. I had a bop it too.
Did you have
I
like
also had one that was
Did you have the
Go
regular
on.
Bop It or Bop It Extreme?
no, I just had regular bop it, but I
Ugh.
remember we also had something I think from the same company that was shaped about the same as a bop it, like with the twistable ends and shit. But like it was for learning. So like there was like math and like history and like English
Learning.
questions on it.
Disgusting.
I didn't mean to out myself like that.
No, I've never heard of that before.
I don't know if maybe it was like a play on a bop it because like bop it was popular or what, but I do recall that vividly and I loved using it. My sister and I would fight over it all the time. And
Such a
Catherine would
nerd.
normally win.
You are such a nerd.
Listen, I grew up going to historical sites as for fun day trips, okay? I went
To
to
be fair-
Sturbridge Village.
To
with
be
the fucking
fair,
sheep.
I bought this, so I am also a nerd.
At least I watched baseball growing up. You didn't start watching until like a couple years after me.
I watched baseball growing up. I also watched football, but not a lot. World Championship, Universal Pokemon Federation title belt that I purchased for if I won, but I didn't, so it's not going to me. I have to now win it off of my sister.
Wait, I'm very confused. I thought Mark Cameron was the one in the championship. I didn't think it was you.
I can't keep up this bit forever.
And yet I can.
I would be horrible at WWE.
I was gonna say, you think Seth Rollins just steps into an interview? He's like, "Hi, I'm Colby Lopez. How are you today?"
Probably, honestly. I
Well,
mean,
maybe off mic.
I'm probably Dolph Ziggler, because I know he goes by Nick Nemeth a lot. Same with John Morrison. He goes by John Hennigan a lot.
Some guys broke into the Cleveland Stadium and they're escorting them out in handcuffs.
Nice. So we have matches and promos.
Yeah, it's cricket shit though.
Yep. There you go.
Sometimes it looks crooked because it's actually angled away. I just want that to be clear. I don't have messed up eyes. Actually, I do. I can't see shit. I'm at an 18-point font right now. All right, we start with Shotzi.
Shotzi Dakota.
It was the first match. It was the first match that I fuck it all up. We start with Shotzi Blackheart versus Dakota Kai. All right. Shotzi throws Dakota to the ground. This match is gruesome. I was very unhappy with it for one reason. Literally one reason. It was bad. So Shotzi throws Dakota to the ground. Shotzi is then in the corner. Dakota kind of jumps off of her. There's a leg takedown to Shotzi and a cover, but it's no good. She manages to pull off an inverted atomic drop to Dakota, and then the only move that fucking matters in the WWE. Welcome to the ball pit.
We don't even know what the name of it is. We just call it that because that's what Shotzi yells before she does it. I have spent like a whole day trying to look this up, and I can't find the name for the move.
Maybe try looking up what Jeff Hardy's move is called, because he does the same thing. Yeah. He just doesn't do it in a fun manner that I enjoy. Shocker. So we then get a double arm sub onto Dakota Kai, and it's like they're back to back on the ground. Shotzi has Dakota's arms over her shoulders backwards. She's just kind of like doing like skull drops into her spine. Like, Shotzi, no. Dakota then stands on Shotzi's face in the corner, sends a shin to her throat against the ropes. Raquel distracts Shotzi, and she manages to get herself into a spinebuster because of that via Dakota. Dakota then gets a leg sub on Shotzi, This was all during the commercial break, I believe, because then she went into the Archer submission, which is always very fun to watch. And then a massive boot to the face, because it is Dakota Kai, after all. That's what we come for when it's Dakota. Boot to the face of Shotzi. She grabs the rope to break the cover. And she does the bulldog. Love the fucking bulldog. Bulldog, senton, backstabber. Those are my 3 moves right now. Speaking of senton, boy, howdy, do I have some fucking things to say later. And they're good things. That's not an aggressive face. I'm excited. Yeah, so she does a senton to Dakota, and then
Okay.
I checked out because I read senton. I don't know if I started talking about it before I read it. I'm having like a nervous breakdown. It's fine. So we get a senton onto Dakota, and then a German suplex. Dakota then kicks Shotzi in the side of the face on the apron. Shotzi is now on the apron with Dakota. She catches a pump kick, then kicks Dakota in the side of the face, and then God said, "You seem like you're having a little too much fun watching this tonight. What if we give you a near-death move?" And I said, "No thanks. They're okay." So basically, I don't even know how to describe the move because I was so enraptured by the fact that Shotzi definitely took a bit of a stinger. She grabbed Dakota, went up on the post, throwing herself basically backwards over Dakota. I assume was supposed to be something that did what it did to Dakota, which was pull her down and off the apron. But Shotzi did something wrong. I'm not sure where in the scheme of things, but she landed about here. And it wasn't even just like one of those like, oh, well, you know, the angle's a little weird. It kind of looks like maybe she just like landed on like her shoulder or something. It very much looked like she landed on her full ass fucking head.
Yeah. I don't know where that could have gone wrong. Maybe like she didn't tuck herself where she needed to.
Or she just got too much pushed off that post.
Maybe. I don't know, but it seemed like she was okay afterwards. It didn't seem as bad as when Johnny lands it on his head.
Right. I mean, we've seen enough of those things where it's like between like, you know, Shane McMahon taking the spear wrong and Daniel Bryan getting the injury that fucked him up for months or years rather. You know what somebody who's been knocked to fucking pieces looks like. Their eyes are not in the ring. Mm-hmm. They're not on planet Earth. They're sluggish. They're sluggish. She was just as fast as she's always been. She was just as like insane and crazy-eyed as she's always been. So again, maybe her hair covered up the fact that she did land like on her upper back or something.
Well, when she got back up and got back up in the ring, she was like holding her head.
Well, she was also laying on the ground for a hot couple of seconds or two. She just kind of like laid down. I was like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair, honey. Take your time. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like I know when I'm overreacting because there are certain people I follow on Twitter that like don't talk about moves, and I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. But when those people start talking about certain bumps that people take, I'm like, okay. And I mean, there's no one to blame there, but yeah. Glad that she was moving. Glad that she was still working and like, you know, moving around. So she gets back in the ring, thank fucking God. Goes to run at Dakota off the far ropes, but Raquel takes her legs out. And then refs didn't see it, but my God, Rhea Ripley, love of my life. She did. So she comes out to interfere and attacks Raquel. This distracts Raquel because the refs are yelling at her, they're yelling at Rhea. Dakota's kind of confused too because Raquel's being yelled at. So that gives Shotzi a chance to roll her up. And I will quote a word from Marcus. He said, if Shotzi wins this tonight, she's going to be the next NXT Women's Champion. And then about 2 hours later, Mark said, oh, I really hope that Candice wins at TakeOver. And I said,
Look, okay, so I know Shotzi for a fact will be the next NXT Women's Champion. Like that's period. Full stop. But I want Candice and Johnny to be the gold couple. I want them to be the first title holding couple in NXT. I understand that compromises my my not my prediction, my telling of the future.
Opinion?
My telling of the future. But you know, I'll be happy either way.
I mean, yeah. But you know what's nice? You know what's nice to know? I think that even if they don't win it, even if the Garganos don't win it, they're still going to be so in love.
And Padme's still gonna be there. I didn't hear a single word you said.
No!
There we go, I heard that.
I said they can't split up. They've got to stay together for the Padme.
They are never gonna split up. How dare you?
I said they can't. It was a Blink-182 reference. Because there's the song Stay Together for the Kids.
I don't listen to Blink-182. You know
Every day
this.
we should do it from God's light. I know. Okay. You know, that's not what this podcast is about. Can we talk about the Zoom call that we were all part of tonight?
Yeah, we had a little Zoom interview between Santos Escobar and Swerve. It was no, it was there. Just a promo for Takeover's match. Yeah. Pretty much it. I mean, there wasn't much involved. There wasn't really anything. Santos and Swerve were just kind of shit talking. That's really it.
This was one of two promos tonight that was like, okay, are we done now?
They went on for so long. I got so tired.
It got to the point where, like, you know, sometimes promos are a little long, and I'm like, okay, whatever. This was one of those where I was like sitting there and I was like, this is absurd. And it wasn't even like a long promo because it was funny or anything like that. Like, I would have taken a long promo with like Roddy at like the fucking therapist. I would have taken a long promo on that one. Taking a whole fucking short series on it. This was two men just sitting and arguing. And even with the promo I'm talking about that happened later tonight, at least that one was like kind of long, but like entertaining in the slightest. Jesus Christ on a cracker.
Yeah.
Neither of those men have charisma. Swerve sometimes does, but tonight was not the night.
I mean, yeah. I'm hoping their match is good. I know Swerve is great. Santos, he can go off at points, so we'll see how Takeover goes. I'm excited for Takeover in general. But then after that, we had another one of those Night Vision vignettes featuring our mysterious person who is returning to NXT. There wasn't much in this one. There was another voiceover, which was a female dub. And then they just like rode a motorcycle. They flashed back to the last vignette, and then they opened up a little piece of paper that's just a flyer for the pay-per-view. I mean,
The shoulder, their shoulder.
oh, you said there was like a feather, like a big feather on their shoulder?
It looked like sort of like how Io Shirai has those feathery shoulder pads kind of on that one jacket of hers.
Yeah.
It looked like that. Except it was one shoulder. It was not two. Which might not mean anything. But.
Yeah, I'm not convinced it's Bo Dallas because they don't have the frame to be Bo Dallas at all. Bo Dallas is a big man. He's very much, he has the same body as Tucker, kind of. I don't think it's
he's not even like that big. He's just like a rectangle.
Yeah. Don't think it's Robert Roode, because we just had Robert Roode on Raw, and I don't think they would have him on Raw and then bring him back down to NXT. But, and then that really only leaves two people, because we've deliberated about who it could be on the last NXT podcast, and the other two people it could be are both women, Paige or Ember Moon. I think it's Paige. I think that's the only thing that makes sense.
I think Paige is a fair bet, in just the sense that, like, she seemed to have been ready to come back in some respect quite a little while ago now.
Mm-hmm.
But the pandemic happened and she couldn't. But the thing with Ember Moon is that Ember Moon she's been out because of an injury.
Oh, you froze. Liz, you froze. Oh no. Alright, hold on everybody. Hold on everybody while we go on a very quick break. We'll be fixing these technical difficulties. We've been having so many lately. I sincerely apologize. We'll be right back.
What? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't see you.
You can't see me. Oh
No.
shoot, I just brought back the... Can you see me now?
Just turn your camera on and off.
Can you see me now?
That should work.
I just did. Can you see me?
Oh, no, I can't hear you. I see that you're talking, but I can't hear you.
We're gonna go on another short break.
We're living in a hell. Hello? Ah, yay!
Alright, we're back. Apologies for the many technical difficulties we've been having for some reason with Discord.
WWE cut us off because we started talking too much about the fact that it's definitely Paige.
They also cut off all of our viewers. That's why we're not getting our normal guys. They send cease and desist to them, not to us.
My album's been catching up, which I appreciate.
That's good. And if you want to catch up on previous podcasts, go to the Pinfall podcast on YouTube.
Please. I'm there. It's not our normal logo, by the way. In case anyone was wondering, we still haven't changed it.
Yeah.
One day we will. Maybe. We are now moving on to the, oh my god, I probably cried a little bit. I definitely cried a lot. The Kyle O'Reilly promo.
Yes.
Broke my fucking heart. God, yeah. I love that kid.
Kyle O'Reilly had a little sort of documentary, I guess, kind of following his
docu promo.
His career as a wrestler. Focused very much on him and less so on Undisputed Era, but we kind of get a glimpse of his relationship with Undisputed Era and growing up with the various members. It's very sweet, very nice, and it gives a new side to Kyle O'Reilly that NXT hasn't really been showing us. One that is very capable of being that star and being the face of NXT. But I almost guarantee it's just to get us to root for him so that he'll be demolished at TakeOver.
I'm sorry. I was going to root for him no matter what, because Finn Balor's my baby boy, and yes, he finally got his title, and he got to have a beer and a dog nut, but now... Oh, God. But now it's Kyle O'Reilly's time. I'm going to stand behind that fella for as long as I physically can. And even when I can't stand, I'll still be behind him. Just laying down.
And then after that, we had a little interview with the Garganos, Johnny and Candice, talking about their match tonight against Damian and Neo. And I love them so much. They're so funny. And then the interview ended, and Johnny was just like, "Bye, you did such a good job. Bye, see ya." And then as soon as she walked away, he just turned to Candice and was like, "Oh my god, she was awful." She was the worst.
It was, for a hot second, I was like, oh my god, us? That's us. I really did like, though, that Johnny and Candice, Johnny's like, break my TV, she'll tear your ACL. And I was like,
oh yeah, a little piece of news that Liz didn't bring up is that Tegan Knox had a torn ACL now, officially.
How did we talk about this?
We knew she had.
Official when we talked about it.
We knew she had an injury, not a torn ACL, though.
Just don't tear your ACL. Damn, sorry.
Okay.
So there's a very special birthday today. I don't know if you want to introduce the birthday that we have today.
Yeah, I want to wish a very happy birthday to the moon, aka to Cameron Grimes.
Happy birthday, Cameron Grimes. Not the best birthday gift today for him. He decided that he was very upset with the Gauntlet Eliminator match. And he decided to put on his own competition called the Stepping Stones to the Moon competition.
Oh, God.
Where he hand-selected his opponents, and they were all going to fight him, and he was going to show everyone how he can plow down 5 guys in one night. No big deal. First guy out, Joey Pistachio. That's not his goddamn name. Don't really know what his name is.
It was
Didn't catch it.
It was like Ariel something. That's what it said
was
on
like
his
Ariel
jacket.
Dominguez, I think.
Yeah.
But Joey Pistachio. Immediately knocked out by a kick to the chest from Cameron Grimes. Contestant number 2, Joe Strong, not Joe Strong, that's not his name, is brought out or
Thrown out.
rather thrown out by Ridge Holland.
Sorry, that was weird. The whole stream just froze. I think it was my computer.
Oh, there was a point in time, before our big technical difficulty, where you were so delayed that I could hear you talking and I could see your mouth moving, and then your words were not synced up at all.
Oh, yours aren't synced up at all right now.
I'll catch up.
No, you just froze. The whole stream froze again. What is happening?
Discord doesn't like us anymore.
No, it's not even Discord. I think it's like my whole computer right now.
Stress. But Ridge Holland throws Joe Strong out and does the work for Cameron Grimes so that he can then get into the ring with Cameron. He throws Cameron Grimes around a little bit. He suplexes the poor fucking astronaut and just kind of brutalizes the shit out of him by stomping and kicking him while he's laying on the ground. And it gets to the point where the referee's like, hey, it's been way too many seconds since I told you you had to stop. So DQ. And I guess the stepping stones to the moon went about as well as fucking Apollo 11 or whatever that show was.
Cameron Grimes wins.
In theory.
No, in practice. Cameron Grimes wins, like always.
Is this like The Fiend, where like The Fiend slowly took over Alexa Bliss and now Cameron Grimes is slowly taking over you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no.
To the moon!
Maybe this is why I keep freezing.
Yeah, probably.
Here's just like no more. Too many decibels. Alright, we got 2 promos. Go forth and prosper, my dear.
2 promos? I hardly know her. So we had an interview with Austin Theory, where he was basically just calling out Kyle for some reason. Of all people, why him? And he was like, hey, you're not so tough. I'll take you on.
I have stupid eyebrows. Blah, 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 blah.
And then after that, we had a promo with Kushida. Wasn't anything like substantial. It was just him basically like calling out Velveteen, I guess. What's going on?
I'm sure that they brought Austin Theory down to NXT because of everything.
Uh-huh.
But isn't it kind of a quinky dink? A quinky dinky doodle, if you will? That shortly after Austin Theory makes his premiere on NXT, or return to NXT, we have the storyline with Buddy and Aaliyah.
Liz. That was not the time.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I just want you to know.
So, it's now your turn. For this match. I guess you can call it that.
Alright, we got Marty McFly versus Tony Nese. Dropkick to Tony Nese's face. Because here's the thing with Tony Nese. If you don't watch 205 Live, you never can tell if he's going to be enhancement talent or an actual fight. So we get a dropkick to Nese's face, some more boots to his face as well, just like some kickies, little boop boops. Nese avoids another attack, chops Kushida in the throat. Nese then slams Kushida neck first into the apron. Kushida sends Nese into the post on the outside, gets him back into the ring to take advantage of the arm that he has now injured multiple times by just fucking him up. Kushida then drives Nese arm first into the canvas, pulls off a nasty fucking arm sub on Nese, and Nese taps. Then Velveteen Dream comes up on the screen, and I said, bleh! And they announced that they're doing Kushida versus Dream at NXT TakeOver. Vibes, brother, vibes. Now for one of the best promos of the night.
Yeah. So we had a promo with Cameron Grimes where he's just walking backstage, pissed. He's like, "Get that camera out of my face!" And then
he was crying. He was crying more so.
He was crying and saying, "Get that camera out of my face, please." And then he runs into nobody, and he just walks out. No, he walks into Dexter Lumis.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited, folks. I could not be more excited. Because listen. I've wanted one goddamn person back in the W-fucking-E. And there's another W in there.
W-E.
The W-fucking-E. It was goddamn Dexter Lumis. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for his fucking return. And now my stupid dipshit lad, my beautiful artist, is back. Christ. I just want to see him slither. But asking for that much?
I wonder if he's gonna fight Cameron Grimes, or if that was just a coincidence to bring him back, or a fun little promo to bring him back.
I have one dream and one dream alone, and that dream is him taking out his fucking vengeance on Velveteen Dream.
Probably not.
No, I know, but girl can have her hopes. Speaking of hopes, and speaking of Velveteen Dream in some ways, what happens after this?
So, we had Adam Cole talking in the ring, basically like, "Hey, Austin Theory, you piece of shit. Nobody talks about my friend that way. So come out here and let me punch your stupid face." And so Austin Theory comes out. And he's like, "Oh, so big and tough. Undisputed crap." And Adam Cole says, "I give you two options." And Austin Theory's like, "1, 2, okay."
Got this far.
Adam Cole says, "You can either get in this ring, let me beat your stupid face, or you can stand right there, and I'll come down there and have my boys from Undisputed Era come in and beat the shit out of you." And so Austin Theory picks the first choice, and they have a little fight.
He picks the first choice because they weren't allowed to bring Roddy and Bobby out because of COVID.
Yeah. Exactly.
They didn't say that, but let's be smart here. First of all, I just want to make a fucking point. We defend our goddamn friends in this house. And that is exactly what Adam Cole did. And I was scared, right? I was fucking scared. The moment Kyle won that fucking gauntlet eliminator match, I was fucking scared because I was like, damn, Adam Cole's gonna be pissed because, like, it's not him getting the title now. What if, like, he gets mad at Kyle and it's the whole fucking thing, and it's Bayley and Sasha, and then I cry harder because I actually like these two. No. Adam Cole's been the fiercest goddamn friend and the ally to fucking Kyle that I've ever goddamn seen. Anyways. Sorry. Got caught up in myself there. I also, like, I hated this match and I loved this match all at once. So, take that with a grain of salt. I basically highlighted all my notes for this. It wasn't that many, but. So we start with Austin Theory getting just chopped to shit in the corner. Then Adam throws a couple of elbows. He kicks Austin in, like, an unspecified part of his body. I don't really know. Pulls off a nice little neck breaker. It's a wrist sub on Austin Theory, who fucks off out of the ring to make fun of Undisputed Era because he thinks he's fucking cool or some shit. I don't know. Adam Cole then says, okay, I'll meet you down there. Gets out of the fucking ring. Super kicks Austin Theory in the jaw. So fucking hard. Like, I don't know if maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention in prior matches or what. This shit sounded like it fucking connected. And it was not the only one tonight that sounded like it fucking connected. Maybe it's also just wishful thinking because I just want everyone that's like good enough in NXT to be absolutely horrid.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Theory and Velveteen Dream. But it sounded rough as fuck. He then throws Austin Theory into the stairs. Theory reaches for Cole's head while Cole is outside of the ring. Cole throws him in first, and then he's trying to get in. Austin reaches for his head, but Adam's just got that conditioner water mix going on. It's his hand. Theory's hand slipped right off of him. I mean, their hair must be so fucking soft, though. Imagine doing a full fucking, like, a mask on your hair for that long.
I've never seen him with dry hair, though, even on Up, Up, Down, Down.
He sometimes does. If you watch his streams, he does sometimes. It's very fluffy. But yeah, Theory reaches for his head. His hands slip right off. And Adam Cole kicks him in the face one more fucking time. And by one more fucking time, I mean, it happens so many more times. He gets another neckbreaker on Theory, stomps his head in a bit. The match has been going on long enough that at this point we kind of know that something's going to have to turn. There's a suplex to Theory and then punches to his back. He drop kicks him in the chest. And then he gets a fucking chokehold on Violet Beauregard of the NXT variety. Because my dude loses like fucking blood flow in his head so quickly. It's amazing how he gets out of bed every morning. Theory then punches out, gets a hit on Cole, but Cole clotheslines Theory. Cole then tosses Austin Theory over the ropes. Theory drop kicks Cole. And this is where it starts to get like a little stressful, and I was like, I need God to step in here. Really. Oh boy. Theory is then stomping Adam Cole on the ground. Gets a backbreaker on him, then a standing moonsault, with which, you know, Beth Phoenix is like, look at the athleticism. I was like, Beth, don't do this to me. I love you. Okay? I love you. Don't say this shit. I've seen better moonsaults, and they're all from Apollo Crews. And so we get some boots to Austin Theory's face. Adam Cole works back up, clotheslines Theory back to back. Another boot to the face. Gets an enziguri on him. Does a backstabber. Didn't realize how much more I like the backstabber when it's done by Adam Cole. Like, I love it when it's Zelina, but like, vibes, brother. I love when you ignore me when I talk like that.
My pastime, right?
He then sends a boot to Theory's face and a knee to the back of the neck. Fails at the Panama Sunrise, and that's okay. He does get kicked in the back of the neck as well, and then subjected to a blue thunder bomb, but my God, it's not a spirit bomb, so it really doesn't matter. Adam Cole has been through so much worse from much bigger men. Theory then runs right into the super kick. Gets kicked a second time. Another neck breaker. A knee to the face. Kills Theory. Adam Cole wins. Adam Cole looks directly in the camera, says some shit that's really nice, and then says, this Sunday at TakeOver, Kyle's going to shock the world, but he's not going to shock me. And I said, I fucking love friendship so much. I thrive on it. Men just being supportive of each other. Like, I didn't know we were allowed to do that at the WWE.
You know who needs to learn from this? Bobby Fish. He wasn't there to support Kyle when Kyle won the gauntlet.
Sir?
Some friend.
I get it. You're not from upstate. You don't get it. However,
So after that, we had an interview. I am so glad. I'm so glad I looked away right as that happened.
Really thought you caught some of that, but I'm glad you did it.
Just the aftermath, which was the worst part.
Yeehaw! Cowpokes.
Then we had an interview with Io Shirai and Damian, where they're again talking about their match tonight. And Damian calls Io a rock star. And then Io calls Damian a rock star. And then Damian looks at Io and he's like, huh, she's pretty cool. And then they do like the rock star, like they did this, their hands or something like that.
It's not the Bullet Club thing, so I don't know what the fuck they were doing there.
I don't know, but yeah, they did that, and I was like, heh, that's cute. But they're no Johnny and Candice. And then we get into the next match, which I have no idea why this happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it happened because of the match last week.
The battle royal.
Right. No, sorry, no, that wasn't last week. Then that was it must have been the week before.
Oh,
Kayden Carter and no,
last week. Oh, was it not the battle royal?
You don't let me finish my damn sentence, sir. Kayden Carter and Casey fought Xia Li and Indy Hartwell, I think. Or no, Xia Li and Jessie Camilla. And they won. Casey and Kayden won. And then they went to go shake Jessie's and Zaya's hands. And Jessie was like, yeah, sure, fucking I don't care. Shake my hand. And Xia was like, no! And just fucked off. And that is why we had this match tonight. And so.
I'm seeing a theme with Xia.
Yeah, well, sore loser. Alright. So, Xia immediately rolls Kayden up, takes her off her feet as well. Gonna be really honest with you. Didn't love this fight as much as I love Casey and Kayden. I didn't pay that much attention, and I know I should, but I got lost in my thoughts on this one. So Xia immediately rolls Kayden up, takes her off her feet as well. Kayden rolls Xia up, but when she's kicked off, retaliates with a drop kick. Xia then takes Kayden's legs out from under her, pulls her to the floor, spine first, off the apron. And then Casey's kind of trying to be as helpful as possible, being nice, like cheering her friend on. We love that. Xia sends some knees to Carter's chest, then a kick to the midsection. At that point, they were, then there was a kick to Zaya's face. And then after that, they were kind of just like, you could call it grappling, I guess. They were grappling a little bit and rolling around, roll up there, roll up here. Kayden kind of tricked Xia up a little bit, rolled her up, got the win. Went to go, be like, hey, this time you should maybe shake my hand, because, like, we're friends still, because, like, it was just a fight,
We're all
whatever.
enhancement talent.
They've been using Casey and Kayden a little more, so. But she goes to shake Kayden, or Zaya's hand, and Zaya's just crouched in a corner. And Casey's like, oh, help her up. So Kayden does that, and then she holds out her hand, and Xia just slaps Kayden in the fucking chest. And Casey's like, hey, what the fuck? And Xia shakes her off and fucks off. I don't know what they're building up for here with Xia, but
maybe she leads Retribution.
we could say that about so many people at this point, honestly.
Keith Lee, Demi,
Brendan Vink,
Vince McMahon,
Corey Graves. Just kidding. He could never.
Shane McMahon.
T-Bar would eat him up and spit him out.
So after that, we had the face-to-face between, I almost said Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Finn Balor. And this was, like, so sweet, so confusing, and so exciting.
What the fuck was that music?
Yeah. They tried to use like some kind of soap opera music. Um,
Like it's sentimental for like, because it was like 2 notes and a darker 2 notes and the 2 notes and the darker 2 notes. And those first notes were like kind of like, oh, this is like heartfelt almost. And then they got to the darker notes and I was like, someone gonna get stabbed. I know now. Is Shawn Michaels going to stab someone? You can't see his eyes.
Always. But yeah, Kyle was like being very nice to Finn. Finn was being very nice to Kyle. Finn was turned it around and was like, kind of, just being an opponent, shit talking a little bit. Kyle just seemed like he was having fun through the whole thing. It was so funny, so lovely, and I'm so excited for that match now.
I made a point to, well, not made a point to. I was scrolling through YouTube a couple weeks ago, I think, and I came across just a cutesy little Kyle O'Reilly like fan montage of like different promos he was in, especially for like Ring of Honor, and they were so funny and they were so sweet that I didn't realize that because we don't really see a lot of Kyle O'Reilly like promos very often, or like Kyle O'Reilly centric promos. I forgot how fucking funny he is when he talks. He just has like a way of like twisting certain sentences, and I'm just like, God, you're so goofy. I'm really excited to see how this goes. I mean, he because they've both fought. They basically one of the biggest points of the promo where they were talking about like his like life story was that they've pretty much followed each other to different places in their careers. And I know that Finn's style, he can modify it a little bit to be more martial arts oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle O'Reilly's whole thing is being kind of martial arts oriented. So I'm sure that this is going to be a fucking hell of a fight. I'm so excited for it. Plus Shawn Michaels, who's still alive apparently. I mean, after Raw, it was debated. I mean,
well,
dude,
we didn't see his face.
He stood up, so he's still got spinal function, which is probably more than Randy wanted to leave him with.
True.
All right. Shall I jump into this last fight?
Yes.
All right. Speaking of wild fucking fights, we had Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae versus Damian Priest and Io Shirai. Immediately off the bat, they attack each other. There's some jabs from Gargano to Priest. He's moving a lot faster than Priest ever could imagine moving. Doesn't really work out for him in the long run because Priest then kicks him in the face and then punches him several times. He gets a side power slam to Gargano. This gets Io and Candice in. A lot of hitting. Io didn't quite get to show off any of her cool moves. Candice really didn't get to show off any of her moves. So, Io then kicks Candice around the ropes in the face. Candice avoids a suplex and then tries to roll up Io. Not successful. There's a flapjack to Candice. Johnny then steps in to defend his wife's fucking honor, which is a constant theme in this fucking match. And I live for it. I live for the two of them. Damian then kicks Johnny in the face. Candice gets knees to the face from Io. Priest then, hi. Cat's in here now. Priest then lifts Io and lets her dive out of the ring onto Candice and Johnny. Io goes for the German suplex when she gets Candice back in the ring. The men get in after that. It's very typical mixed tag, where it's like the girls get to do one cool thing and then the guys are back and you're like, oh, okay, fine. There's a kick to the back of Johnny's neck. Priest then also clotheslines him, pulls off a broken arrow to Johnny. Basically, like he weighs about 2 pounds. Just launches the fella. He goes for the razor's edge, but Johnny frees himself. Johnny then sends Priest face first into the canvas just to get kicked in the stomach. He enzuigiri's Priest. Then, in one of my favorite moments of the entire night, Johnny is casually walking in the ring closer to like the Io Priest corner. Just casually walking, looks up, and it's just Io Shirai out of fucking nowhere with a missile dropkick to his fucking chest. It was just the timing of it all. Candice gets in. There's a missed enziguri from Candice, and then a crossface on Candice. Priest tries to chokeslam Johnny outside the ring, but he lifts him just a little too high so Johnny can get his little feetsies on the apron. There's then a facebuster to Io and a senton to her back. A missed moonsault from Io becomes an opportunity for a backbreaker on Candice. Johnny then rolls Candice away to avoid a top rope moonsault from Io. He then gets the bell clap in the ears from Priest and a kick to the face, but it was kind enough. It was chivalrous. The moonsault is still executed, except this time on Johnny instead of Candice. And then when Damian's back in to try to fight Johnny, Candice does what Candice does, and that is punches Damian Priest right in the fucking balls. Johnny gets to pull off a DDT to Priest. He wins. I can't ask for better things than that.
Yeah, this wasn't Johnny's best, but he and Candice are too cute, too likable.
It wasn't the best fight, but like I do love that they're able to carry that character over no matter what.
Yeah.
It is constant. And I guess this is the shit that would like annoy me with Bayley and Sasha, but with the two of them, I'm like,
You ready to talk about the best of the night?
yeah, I guess. Go on.
Eh. We can skip it. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Don't say that. Discord's gonna be like, oh, they're saying goodbye? Let's really ruin the stream.
Triggering automatic bye response.
Alright. 8-6 with the Yankees, baby. You smell that? That's the playoffs. Also me moving the sign over.
All right. So promo of the night. We started off with Santos and Swerve in their little Zoom call. Very boring, way too long. Yeah. I want them to keep this title on 205 Live. I don't want it on NXT. I'm tired of it.
I felt like I was watching like WWE CNN.
Yeah. But edgy.
I don't. Yeah, with dark lighting, and Swerve was definitely in a bathroom. With all those tiles on the floor in that open corner, I was like,
And he was echoing.
you're not fooling me. Huh?
He was echoing too.
His locker room. Full locker room.
And then after that we had the Night Vision vignette part 2. Less than the first one, but I have a very, very strong feeling it's Paige. I am 99% sure it's Paige. After that we had the promo with Kyle O'Reilly, the kind of look back on Kyle. Very nice, very sweet. Yeah, I like this a lot. And then we had
so warm on the inside.
And then we had the interview with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Very funny. I love the two of them, as I've said 50,000 times already. The ending was just perfect. Yeah. No, this is great. And then we had the interview with 3 question marks. Austin Theory. And then we had the promo with Kushida. Don't know why we got this. But we did. Could have easily just been a thing after the Tony Nese fight. But, you know.
I'm 100% willing, though, to play into the Kushida is fighting for the honor of everybody when he fights quadruple question mark.
I want Kushida to go back in time and stop Velveteen from being a creep.
I just want Kushida to go back in time and just stop Velveteen.
Yeah. So after that we had a promo with Cameron Grimes, which reintroduced Dexter Lumis back to NXT. Finally. And then we had Adam Cole talking in the ring before fighting Austin Theory. Surprisingly very sweet of him. And then we had Kyle and Finn face to face featuring Shawn Michaels, but not his eyes. And that's my promo of the night because it's perfect. And Kyle and Finn working off of each other was outstanding. And it was like the perfect length. I wasn't bored. Kyle and Finn are so charismatic, but like in their own ways. Kyle was being silly. Finn was being, trying to be as serious as possible. And it was great. I'm so excited for TakeOver now.
How could I disagree with you? It's 3 of my favorite guys all in one fucking camera shot. One camera shot that was definitely out of focus and not manned by anyone, as Mark pointed out to me so kindly, so I couldn't stop looking at it.
Yeah, there was for an extended period of time, Finn was not in focus because he leaned forward, and they didn't change it, which made me assume that nobody was behind that camera to adjust the focus.
Yeah, I love this promo. I really liked it a lot. It was really long for a promo, but I think it did more to service the fight than like other face-to-faces that we've gotten, like with like contract signings.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe only rivaled by the Sheamus getting splashed with piss promo.
Oh God,
yeah,
don't remind
bring that one
me.
back real quick. But I really like this. I thought it was really funny on Kyle's end. And I think that they do play well off of each other. Plus, we got to see the same old Kyle that we normally see. And I can't wait for Sunday. Really can't wait for Sunday.
So, fighter of the night?
Whee!
We start off with Shotzi versus Dakota. And somehow, Shotzi manages to give us even more every fight that she's in. She expands her moveset. She shows off her athletic ability, and as we saw today, shows off how goddamn endurant she is.
Endurant.
What's the word? Is that the right word? Endurant?
I think the word is maybe it's endurant. Enduring? Because endure is just the beginning of endurance.
She has a lot of endurance. Yeah, no, she was fantastic. And again, gets better and better each week we see her. And then we had Cameron Grimes versus Ridge Holland, a fight that lasted 2 seconds and was just Ridge Holland stomping. Then we had Kushida.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Then we had Kushida versus Tony Nese. And I gotta pick Kushida. Kushida was actually, even though this was like pretty much a stomp, Kushida was awesome. He was giving us so much. He was putting his all into just a fight with Tony Nese, which is sad for me to say, but it's reality. It's just Tony Nese. He looked like he was on fire. And then we had Adam Cole versus Austin Theory. Adam Cole looked fantastic. we didn't see too much from Adam Cole in terms of complexity in his moveset. We didn't see a successful Panama Sunrise. We
saw so many good super kicks.
We did. That was the best thing about his fighting. But I don't think that's anything to really compare with the other wrestlers that we saw today. And then we had Kayden Carter versus Xia Li. I guess Kayden was great. I don't know. This fight was kind of lame for me to watch. It was just a bunch of roll-ups that kind of seemed like all it was. And then we had Johnny and Candice versus Io and Damian, and I gotta pick Johnny for this fight. He looked, not only did he look great fighting in the ring, but again, he has that persona, he has that character he shows off every time. Saving Candice. He has little cute moments with Candice on the side of the ring as well. And then how he reacts to seeing Damian argue, and when he argues with Io, stuff like that. He is just a full-blown character and personality in the ring, and I love it so much. I love Johnny, and that's why Johnny Gargano is my fighter of the night.
Yeah, see, I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No.
Who is your pick? Is it Xia Li? Tony Nese?
No, it's Adam Cole. Tony Nese was a close second. The way he flexes those pecs right before entering the ring.
You see, I was going to say Shotzi was my second, just because although Adam Cole, his hits really landed and they were very satisfying, I don't think they showed off his abilities as well as we've seen. I don't think this was the right fight to show off who he is. We saw a lot of really amazing super kicks, but I don't think it was anything super impressive.
I was really impressed by the super kicks. I was really impressed by to go back to this word, his endurance. Because yeah, it takes a lot to get beaten the fuck down and then get back up, but it also takes a lot to beat someone the fuck down and keep them fucking down. Plus, we get those really awesome neck breakers on both in both the RKO kind of style and the across the knee or across the thigh. It was such an impressive fight, I think, that I was sold by him. I really liked watching him just between the super kicks, between the breakers, between the drop kicks. It showed such an angry side of Adam, but not in a heelish way. And when you're a heel, it's like, okay, you're angry for this reason. But he was angry because someone was offending his friend. And I think that speaks a lot to also the narrative of Undisputed Era. Because the whole thing that, I mean, myself included, a lot of people have been saying is like, oh, well, if like Kyle gets the title, like, oh, man, what's going to happen there? That's like kind of awkward. It's like, you know, you're dating the same girl suddenly. But I don't know. I really liked it. I really like that it just shows that like he's like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters. We're friends. We're brothers.
You know what? I'll concede.
I also paid a lot more attention to this fight. I feel like I was more drawn into this match alone because of Adam Cole than I was into the Johnny Candice fight because in favor of, because of Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I usually watch Johnny's fights because I'm excited to see, I mean, because I have to, but also because I'm excited to see Johnny being Johnny. And we got that, but like this fight felt very like just a little weird stepwise. I don't know.
Like I said, I agree with you. I'll concede to this, even though it's skipping over my second choice, Shotzi.
Yeah. Glad she's okay, honestly.
Well, we don't know if she's okay. I hope she is.
I'm glad she looked okay. How's that?
So fight of the night. We start off with Shotzi versus Dakota Kai. A really good match up until the end when it kind of just ended basically in a distraction. Those are always lame to watch, especially when the distraction results in the outcome. But aside from that, really great fighting from Shotzi and Dakota. Wish we'd gotten like a legitimate fight that had a legitimate ending, but you know, it is what it is. And then we had Cameron Grimes versus Ridge Holland, which is just Ridge Holland stomping 50 times. We had Kushida versus Tony Nese, which was a surprisingly good fight. Mostly on Kushida's end. Tony Nese was kind of lame. But it very much seemed like an enhancement fight for Kushida. And then we had Adam Cole versus Austin Theory, a match I didn't expect to happen today, nor did I expect it to be as good as it was. Not just from the side of Adam Cole, but also Austin Theory, somebody that I always disliked, both in terms of personally and fighting style. But I like the two of them today. It really helps that every hit was very satisfying. And it wasn't as one-sided as you would have thought. But it wasn't too even to be unrealistic. And mix that with the ending and the beginning, where Adam Cole wraps it in with it being about Kyle. It was overall wonderful. Mm-hmm. And then we had Kayden Carter versus Xia Li, I think the polar opposite, which was very okay fighting. And then an ending that just kind of was lame. Xia Li being a sore loser. And then we had the main event. Johnny and Candice versus Io and Damian. A really good fight. We didn't get to see any of these wrestlers being as great as they normally are, but I'm sure they're saving that for TakeOver. It was really nice to see them stick Io and Damian together and see them like kind of grow some chemistry. And then it's always nice to see Johnny and Candice working in the ring together. But I don't think this match could have been as great as it could have been. And so my pick for the fight of the night tonight, I'm sure you all guessed it, is Adam Cole versus Austin Theory.
Oh, I was gonna pick triple question mark versus Adam Cole.
Oh, you mean double question mark?
I thought it was triple. I thought
I know, but I wanted to take away a question mark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can.
So double.
I don't want to give him more than he deserves. So
Adam Cole versus double question mark?
Yeah. I love this fucking fight. I love the character development for not even development, I guess, but like just the character depth that we got to go into for Adam Cole. I also love seeing Austin Theory's face go blue the moment someone puts pressure on his fucking neck.
And also the way he screams and shouts in matches really sells for other wrestlers. It makes it seem like he's actually in pain, which sometimes it feels like he actually is.
Tonight especially, because like again, like I said, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a lady who watches sports and I don't think people are attractive, because I do. I've said this multiple times. I think Adam Cole's very attractive, and I watch his matches pretty intently, because not only is he attractive, he's a great fucking wrestler. Differentiate those 2 points. I pay attention to a lot of Adam Cole's fights. I think that they're fun. I think they're interesting. Undisputed Era is great at all of that shit. Maybe it was wishful thinking. Again. It didn't sound like Adam Cole was pulling a lot on this one.
Yeah. But again, he is a professional.
Yeah, he is. He is. He is. He is. He is a professional. I was really happy with this fight. I really enjoyed this fight. And I look forward to seeing Adam Cole fight more people and new people in the future. I think that maybe losing the title was good for him, because now he's going to go on to do other things in NXT.
Like fighting Kyle O'Reilly for the title when Kyle gets it at TakeOver.
If you couldn't tell, I'm already fucking fired up right now. You want to start this? I'll start this. I don't like the guy with the afro on the goddamn twins. I don't like him. He's so... Ugh!
We're not even talking about wrestling anymore, are we?
I just tied the score, that's all.
Thanks for watching, everybody. To run it back, our promo of the night, Finn and Kyle face to face. Fighter of the night, Adam Cole. Fight of the night, Adam Cole versus double question mark. It is an Undisputed Era victory today. And Liz has checked out.
If not, it's every time my sister texts me, they tie the game. Every time. It has happened twice now.
Okay. So, do you want to wrap up the podcast?
Thank you for tuning in today, guys. We really enjoy having people watching us. That sounded weird. But thank you for tuning in if you did. If you're watching this later on, like tomorrow or a month from now or a year from now even, I hope it's better. I hope it's better in the future. Fingers crossed. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I apologize again for not having the promo show ready. I really apologize. If I were a more professional person, I would have done it. Been very stressed. Been very, 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 very stressed out. Can't even promise I'm going to have it completely put together. It might be just a couple fewer promos come Friday, like maybe 1 or 2 less, only because there's a possibility that after tomorrow I'm going to be checked out for the rest of the day.
Also, oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
But on Friday, we will also have, in addition to the promo show, which I will cut down because of this as well, we will have our prediction show for NXT. So yes, please tune in on Friday for promos, for predictions, for the PP episode. And Mark, I'd love for you to just take it away.
I want everyone to sit with this for a second.
Oh, oh God, if this weren't a taped fucking podcast, my God blessing, dang it, I would have said something bad. Would have said something real goddamn bad right now.
I'm gonna mute Liz real quick.
That's
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, please hit that follow button below. We really appreciate all of the support and feedback you give us. So we have a feedback suggestion box down below. Leave us anything that you think will help us out. Any suggestions, criticism that you have, stick in that box down below.
I don't know if I'm actually still muted.
I just unmuted you.
Okay. Fair warning, you probably should mute me after this, but that's it. The suggestion box, is that available to access when we're not streaming?
Yes. It is always available if you go to our stream.
So if you're watching this on YouTube or something and you're like, hey, this part sucks, and it can't be that I suck, That's the only suggestion we will not accept, or I won't. Mark might. Feel free to come to our Twitch and also put something in the suggestion box. I don't know if it's anonymous or not. If it isn't, Mark will read it, so I don't know who you are.
I have no idea if it's anonymous or not.
No. Make a suggestion, we'll find out.
But yeah.
Meet me again.
Okay. So yeah, follow us on Twitch. You'll be notified whenever we go live and hit that little bell. And then follow us on Twitter as well. You'll also see whenever we go live. And you'll also see our picks for Fighter and Fight of the Night in case you miss an episode and still want to know what happens. And follow our personal Twitters as well. I'm at the Mark Cameron. Liz is at Eliza Elaine23. And again, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on Friday for not only our promo episode, but also our predictions for NXT TakeOver 31. Have a good night, everybody.